Yeah, we had a long, good long discussion today about physics and particle theory, but I'm not sure if that's a good vlogging material, to be honest. Particle physics and motorcycling, how well do they go together? Not very well, right? So we were talking about electrons, Geezer, nice, very nice. We were talking about electrons and what they're made out of, the Higgs boson and the Higgs field. But let's go back to the particles and what defines a particle. What's the difference between a wave and a particle? And basically it's mass. Okay, so a particle has observable mass, I think, and a wave doesn't. It's very simple, really. But it's all theory. Most of it's theory. A lot of it has been proven, and it's all pointing, to the theories are correct. So you've got the atom, right? You've got electrons and protons and neutrons. Electrons orbit the nucleus, and the nucleus is made out of protons and neutrons, and protons and neutrons are made out of quarks. Electron is a fundamental particle which is made from basically vibrations of energy, and it's at its densest, where the energy is vibrating, that's where the particle is measured. Apparently there are two types of particle, one with mass and one without mass. Okay, so let's just keep it simple. Everything is a particle, because that's how this discussion started. Light has the properties of both a particle and a wave. So how is that possible? Even particles can have zero mass. Now, I'm not doing very well now because I'm losing focus on the subject, because I'm not 100% sure on it myself. But it's quite an interesting discussion, and I'm going to go back to her and talk to her more about it. That's what she's learning at uni, and it's all very interesting. It's good to keep the brain ticking over, and I've always been interested in sciencey stuff. Physics, the universe, and the matter. And I asked her if we could talk about dark matter and the multiverse theory, because dark matter and dark energy, nobody can see it and observe it apparently, but it's there. They've made observations that are indirectly explain it. So dark matter and dark energy, and they say it's a side effect of the multiverse, and there's lots of universes out there, parallel universes, and it's the energy that holds them together. What's this lady do? She can't just stop there. Crazy people, man. You know what? You should just let her go. Good for her. Right? Because we're not going anywhere. Particle theory, man. It's interesting. If you think about what an atom is, right? It's just mostly space. It's fucking vast amounts between the electrons and the nucleus. That's physics for you, man. Quantum physics we haven't even discussed. I'd love to discuss that with someone, because I don't know anything about it. But I'm not sure how that will work out as a vlog. I mean, it's probably a lot of people going, what the fuck, man? Show me how to ride a bike, or have a head-on collision. I'll have a head-on collision with the Higgs boson particle, right? Just put me in the CERN on a motorbike, and I'll just go round and round, like a wall of death, into a neutron or an electron, or wherever they collided to produce the Higgs boson. Because that's what the CERN, one of the main experiments. Basically, they just got loads of particles, well, actually two particles, collided them, and then just watched what the results would produce. Kind of like a destruction derby, but with particles. Let's see what parts fly off, and we can observe them. At the end of the day, it's just lines on a chart, energy lines and energy spikes, and they're just trying to figure out where that lies in their theory. They haven't got a really expensive camera that slows everything down to like a billionth of a second. They're producing particles that were there at the beginning of the universe, if the Big Bang Theory is correct. So again, it's very interesting from that angle. But to the general person, they're like, what the fuck? Are you trying to cause a doomsday? Because a lot of people thought they'd open up a black hole, get sucked in, and that's it, game over. So yeah, particle physics, man, interesting. We talked about, this is where she lost me. She started talking about basically, let's define mass, and it was, was it mass? Momentum. Momentum was mass times velocity, and that's when she lost me. I was like, okay. So when she started talking about momentum, right, because we're trying to figure out she was trying to define what mass was, and I thought, well, okay, if E equals mc squared, then mass equals E over c squared, which is energy over speed of light squared. Is that right? But no, she went on to talk about momentum. Momentum is the mass times velocity. The problem with some particles is that we know how fast it's going, but we don't know where it is, or we know where it is, but we don't know how fast it's going, or some shit like that. Totally lost me then, and I just thought, you know what? I'm a simple bloke, right, with simple tastes. Stop trying to break me. I need to break you, as Dolph Lundgren once said, famously. And yeah, she tore me apart. Absolutely fascinating. Who is your daddy, and what does he do? See, the girls, man, and ladies, right, you're distracting me, and I'm going to end up in the back of this van. So just stop being so female. I blame you guys. And that's why women should wear burqas, alright? Because blokes cannot help themselves, and they turn into rapists. That's preposterous. I mean, if you think about the logic behind it, right, the reason why women cover themselves up, it's not because of mostly modesty, right? It's because blokes can't fucking control themselves. And that's the basic reason. Yeah, it's turned into, women who are self-respecting should cover up. And it's turned into that sort of culture. Now, there's two sides to the story. I totally agree. If you're a modest woman, dress modestly. But what does that mean? Who sets those standards, right? I don't want to get myself into trouble here, but it's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I mean, look, right? If that happened anywhere else, like a country with Sharia law, she should be hung or whatever, or told off severely, I'm sure. It's just crazy, but for a woman, it's like the rape culture thing. Okay, it's the woman's fault for dressing like that, or for being provocative. Fucking bullshit, man. Bloke should know better, right? Control yourselves, guys. I know it's your animal instinct, but that's what separates us from man from animal, right? Is the control over that. Who is your daddy and what does he do? I'm not saying, you should totally blank women. Fucking use your head and not your fucking small head, right? Common sense should prevail, but it doesn't. That's my thinking behind, why women are wearing burqas and men can't control themselves. And then you hear about all the immigrants coming over. Yeah, there's a lot of bias, but they should, if that shit is going on, then that's a sad state of affairs. Don't come into a country that's trying to help you and then abuse the women there, and abuse the hospitality, you know what I mean? Because, these people are known for their hospitality, and I'm talking about the immigrants. I thought they came from cultures where hospitality was number one. You hear about the Afghans helping American soldiers, the Taliban, even some of the Taliban families, because they've come in as guests, even uninvited guests, but they're still guests. They're treated respectfully, right, looked after. And that sort of shit, and that's the sort of culture, geezer, and that's the sort of culture they come from. And so what the fuck, man? Don't come into someone else's country and then try and spread your rules and shit, and then abuse the women because they think they're fucking whores because they're dressed like someone normal in Europe. It's disgusting, absolutely disgusting. See, and you started me off, and I was talking about particle physics and common sense, man, common sense, and that's the problem. But common sense differs between cultures, unfortunately. You can't blame a woman at all. I don't give a fuck who you are, unless you're a psychotic twat and who deserves life in prison. Then it is blatantly, obviously your fault. But you cannot blame women. Control yourselves, guys. That's my 2 cents worth, Who was your daddy and what does he do? See, now, I don't know. Some people get offended with that. I find that funny, tongue-in-cheek, a parody, satire, perhaps a bit cringe-worthy, or a lot. So if you're immigrants, you're listening out there, please set a good example, right, and stop behaving like that. And if you know people who behave like that, just punch them in the face, right? Gang up on them and rape them, see how they like it, okay? Because that's the only way they learn, right? Via gang rape. Okay, and if I ever become a headmaster at school, that's what I'm going to do as a punishment. You 1 + 1 is not 3, right? Gang rape for you. It's a tragedy, right? And I don't care. You come to this country, you better fucking know what you're doing, right? Geezer, nice bike. Or any of the countries that help you, Yes, I know you come from a war-torn country, you still obey the law of the country. That's it. You practice your religion, but within the law of the country that you're in. And it's a simple fucking thing, man. Even I can do it. If I can do it, anyone can do it. Jesus, nice signalling, love. Yeah, you wave yourself. I'm not going to forgive you, though. Okay, so particle physics, yeah? A heavy subject, okay? And I think particles should cover themselves up because, some of them are fucking sexy, man. You know what I'm saying? I'll probably tear them a new super string. But, let's not go there. Respect the particles. Oh, shit, we've got a big-ass Deliveroo or something. What's that? Pedal post. So it said pedo post. Okay, so what we covered: particle physics, gang rape, burqas. What else is there? Why don't you just stop there like a noob? I want to talk about dark energy and multiverses because it's an interesting subject. One theory is that this universe is infinite, right? So if the universe is infinite, then everything that is possible within this universe because it's infinite, right? Unfortunately, there's something called compound statistics, which means that basically, if it's not possible at a given time, then it's not possible forever, right? It doesn't add up. Okay, so if there's like 0.5% chance of something happening, it's always going to be 0.5% chance. I think that's compound statistics. It rules it out, unfortunately. So now we have to believe in the multiverse because I'm a romantic. I want to believe in alternate universes and anything's possible, and we just live in the boring one where Well, it's not that boring, because if Trump becomes president, then it's going to be quite interesting, isn't it? Or Hillary. We'll probably never see her evil doings, because she'll get so good at it, it'll just never appear. It'll be too late then, she'll be president, so she can just have everyone offed, just like in House of Cards. So dark energy and dark matter, you know, that's the side effect of multiverses. It's the energy that sort of separates and binds us together, as it were. So multiverses, right? That's another heavy subject, and I want to talk to that lady, because she's a physicist in training. Yeah, she's a physicist in training, okay, and she knows her stuff, in theory, so to speak, pardon the pun. So it's all theory at the moment anyway, you know. Move, get out the way. But yeah, I want to talk about that and, you know, figure out what are the possibilities. I could go ahead, but I've got the popo behind me. I don't want to take the piss, I just want to overtake them. But it's bloody hot, even with my visor up. Steaming today. What have we got? 24 degrees still? I think I'm just heated up because of all the talk of burkas and particle physics. Quite a hot subject. Uh-oh, let these through. Go on. Alright. Chivalry man, who said that's dead? Although they should be covered up in burkas. That's my opinion, right?